Laughing for 15 minutes burns the same number of calories as going for a walk. Not a metaphor. Actual, measured, peer-reviewed calories.
Wait, what? Like, genuinely laughing at a bad joke does the same thing as walking to the shops?
Roughly, yes. A Vanderbilt University study clocked it at around 10 to 40 calories per 15 minutes of real laughter. That adds up fast if something actually gets you going.
Okay, but that feels like a trick. Surely walking is doing way more for your body than just laughing.
Calorie for calorie, genuinely no. When you laugh hard, your diaphragm, your abs, your shoulders, your face muscles, all of them are contracting rhythmically. That is literally what exercise is.
So my abs are technically working when I watch something funny? I'm going to tell my gym that counts as a workout.
Honestly, some doctors would back you up on that. Right now, there are actual physicians prescribing comedy shows to patients instead of low-dose painkillers. That is a real thing happening.
No way. A doctor hands you a prescription and it says, watch 2 episodes of Seinfeld and call me in the morning?
Essentially, yes. Laughter triggers the release of endorphins, the same chemicals your brain dumps out during a runner's high. It also reduces cortisol, which is your main stress hormone.
So you are literally getting a chemical reward from laughing. Like your brain treats it the same as finishing a run.
Almost identical response. And here's where it gets weird. Your body cannot fully tell the difference between real laughter and fake laughter. You still get a chunk of those benefits even if nothing was funny.
That seems like cheating. You can just force yourself to laugh and your brain just goes along with it?
Mostly yes, and the ancient Greeks knew this thousands of years before neuroscience confirmed it. They actually built dedicated rooms inside their hospitals called gelotology chambers, rooms designed purely for laughter.
Gelotology? Is that a real word or did you just make that up to sound clever?
It is the actual scientific study of laughter. Gelos is ancient Greek for laughter. And yes, Greek physicians placed comedic performers inside hospitals to help sick patients recover faster.
So they had comedians in hospitals before they had antibiotics. That is a genuinely wild priority order.
And it was not just the Greeks. Medieval physicians wrote actual medical treatises arguing that laughter balanced your humors, their word for bodily fluids. Joyfulness was considered a treatment.
Okay, so for thousands of years, people believed laughter healed you. Then modern medicine kind of forgot about it, and now science is coming back around to say the ancients were right?
Exactly that arc. The fame bridge here is real. Ancient intuition, modern proof. The Loma Linda University research team spent decades demonstrating measurable immune system improvements from regular laughter.
Immune system? So laughing actually helps you fight off illness, not just feel better emotionally.
Measured increase in natural killer cell activity. Those are the cells that attack viruses and tumors. One good laugh session and your body ramps up its defenses for hours afterward.
So watching a comedy special is technically boosting your immune system. I have been treating Netflix as medicine this whole time and did not even know it.
With one caveat, it has to be genuine engagement. Background noise does not cut it. You need to actually be present and laughing, not just have something on while you scroll your phone.
That feels very personally targeted at me. But fine, what else happens physically when you laugh hard?
Your heart rate increases by 10 to 20%. Blood vessels dilate, which improves circulation. Oxygen intake spikes. And during the exhale phase of a big laugh, your lungs clear out stale air more thoroughly than normal breathing.
So it is basically a mini cardio session happening in your chest every time something genuinely cracks you up.
Cardiologists at the University of Maryland actually showed that people who laughed regularly had significantly lower rates of heart disease. The dilation effect on blood vessels is similar to what exercise does.
Okay, I need to know. Is there a point where laughing too much becomes a problem? Like, can you laugh yourself into some kind of overdrive?
There are extremely rare cases of laughter-induced cardiac events in people who already had underlying heart conditions. But for a healthy person, the risk is essentially zero. Laughing is safe exercise.
Right, so the warning label on comedy specials is not something I need to worry about. What about pain? You mentioned doctors prescribing it instead of painkillers.
Here is the plot twist that reframes everything we have said so far. Laughter does not just distract you from pain, it physically raises your pain threshold. Oxford University tested this. People who laughed beforehand could tolerate significantly more discomfort than people who did not.
Wait, so it is not just laughing makes you feel happier so pain seems less bad. It actually changes what your body physically registers as painful?
Correct. The endorphin release from laughter binds to the same receptors in your brain as opioid painkillers. You are literally producing your own natural painkiller every time you laugh hard enough.
That completely changes how I think about this. It is not a soft, feel-good thing. Laughter is doing real, measurable chemical work inside you.
And this is why the ancient Greek approach was not superstition. They observed that sick patients who laughed recovered faster. They were right about the mechanism, even though they had no idea what endorphins were.
So for thousands of years, humans had this right. Then we kind of medicalized everything and forgot it, and now the data is pulling us back to the same conclusion.
And laughter yoga is now a clinical practice in over 100 countries because of exactly this research. Sessions involve prolonged voluntary laughter, no jokes required, and participants show measurable drops in blood pressure.
Laughter yoga sounds like the most absurd thing I have ever heard. But now that you have laid out the science, I cannot argue with it.
It was founded by a doctor in Mumbai in 1995, Dr. Madan Kataria. He started with 5 people in a park doing voluntary laughter exercises. There are now over 10,000 laughter clubs worldwide.
10,000 clubs where people just force themselves to laugh together. And it works because the body does not fully care whether it is real.
Right? And social laughter is 30 times more likely to happen than solitary laughter. You laugh more around other people, which means the health benefits stack when you are in a group.
So, being around funny people is literally a health decision. Your social circle is affecting your immune system and your pain tolerance.
There is longitudinal data showing that people who report laughing regularly have lower rates of depression, better sleep quality, and live measurably longer on average. The effect size is not small.
Okay, but here's my skeptical question. Is this a chicken and egg thing? Like maybe healthier, happier people laugh more rather than laughing making people healthier?
That is a good challenge, and researchers tested it directly. They took people with no particular reason to laugh, induced laughter artificially through exercises, and still measured the immune and cardiovascular improvements. The laughter was causing the effect, not the other way around.
So even if you are miserable, forcing yourself to laugh will still give your body some of the benefits. That is both encouraging and slightly unsettling.
It is unsettling until you realize your body does the same thing with exercise. You do not have to feel like running for the run to benefit your heart. You just have to do it.
That framing actually makes it easier to accept. Laughter is just another form of physical input with predictable physical outputs. The fun is kind of a bonus.
And the memory angle is interesting too. People retain information significantly better when it is delivered with humor. That is why the best teachers are funny. Your brain tags emotional moments as worth keeping.
Wait, so if you learn something while laughing, you are more likely to remember it? That changes how I think about studying and even how I would make content.
Dopamine gets released during laughter, and dopamine consolidates memory. A funny explanation beats a dry one, not just for enjoyment. The information literally sticks better in your brain chemistry.
So the ancient Greeks putting comedians in hospitals might have also been accidentally improving how patients remembered their treatment instructions. They were getting multiple benefits without knowing it.
Almost certainly. And here is something you can actually use today. The research shows you need roughly 15 minutes of genuine laughter to get the full cardiovascular and immune benefit in a single session.
15 minutes. That is one sitcom episode without the ads. That is genuinely achievable without changing anything about your day.
The second practical thing, if you are in a stressful or painful situation, laughing for even 2 or 3 minutes beforehand measurably changes how your body handles what comes next. Use it like a warm-up.
So before a hard meeting, before a workout, before something you are dreading, laugh at something first and you are chemically better prepared. That is actually useful information.
and find the people who make you laugh most and spend more time with them. That is not a soft lifestyle suggestion. Given everything we just covered, that is a legitimate health decision backed by decades of data.
So the prescription is 15 minutes of genuine laughter daily, laugh before hard things, and curate your social circle for people who crack you up. Ancient Greeks would agree, and so would your cardiologist.
And the fact that you will enjoy doing it is not a loophole. It is the whole point. The Greeks built laughter rooms because they understood something we keep having to rediscover. Joy is not the opposite of medicine. It is medicine.